Hello, I am Joe McDonald and this is Big Mac's Battle Blog. Just out for a nice evening walk with one sock who's just, being just awkwardly out of camera shot there. One sock. Be photogenic. The algorithm likes you. There we go. So, it's a spot on the other side of Kherson from where I live, but it's nice round here. Reminds me of Italy a little bit. There's something kind of Italian about the vibes of it down here, Northern European nature, but Southern European or, almost Turkish kind of sun. Nature's lovely round here, actually. There's little owls, there's turtles, there's a Sitka hawks that are sort of the more southern or European or even North African version of a peregrine. There's wild boar out over in the marsh over there. You can hear them sometimes if you're out late, There's squirrels, there's pheasants right in the middle of the city, when I first came to Kherson, I didn't like it. It reminded me way too much of the northwest of England where I'd grown up. There's, an old oil refinery and loads of like ugly Bauhaus / Soviet concrete buildings. There's dockyards here where they're building big ships, and it just reminded me too much of where I grew up. I was like, I don't want to die where I fucking grew up, because I fucking hated where I grew up. When I was up in the forest in Kharkiv, which is a lovely Kharkiv for you guys, but Kharkiv here, it's like, all right, I don't want to die, but if I do die, I'll die in one of the most beautiful forests I've ever been in my life. So, could be worse. But I've actually really grown to love Kherson. Once you get past what you see from the side of the main roads, which is obviously pretty industrial and beat up, you start to appreciate it a lot more. Like London makes a really big fuss about being a forest city. But as far as I can tell, a lot of Ukrainian cities would qualify as such. Kherson definitely would. Definitely would. There's trees everywhere. And a lot of them are like like proper fruit bearing trees. None of this ornamental cherry tree bollocks that we have in England. Proper cherry trees with real cherries that you can just walk up and pick and eat. Like, if you lived in this part of Ukraine, and as from what I can remember from Kharkiv, from the north, pretty much all of Ukraine, you should never need to buy walnuts or mulberries. Not that many people eat them, but you can. And you've never tasted a Kherson, you've never tasted a peach until you've had a Kherson peach in the summer. I had my first Kherson peach a couple of weeks ago, and it was like the first peach I'd ever eaten. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, it's the city of the watermelon. So, there's a lot of that watermelons are readily available and cheap. In fact, people just give you them. You'll just be walking around and someone will just give you a watermelon, because they've just got so damn many. Same for grapes. There's basically, I'm British, and we're good at growing things like potatoes and barley and stuff like that, but anything fancy we're not. It's too rainy for. So anywhere where grapes grow in abundance is basically paradise as far as I'm concerned. And they're everywhere. They're almost like brambles. There's just grapevines just sort of here scattered about, so that's great. Anyway, to get back to more serious subjects, last few days, like I said, I think I've made a fair amount of content over the last few days. So today was just a bit more of setup. Did a little bit of munition making. Tomorrow I've got to work on all those cluster bombs. I took out the rocket. And hopefully, I'm off to Mykolaiv tomorrow to have a talk with someone about some AI minefield detection technology that hopefully we'll be incorporating soon. It's the sort of thing I was trying to get organised 6 months ago, but I didn't quite have the ear of my comrade, of my co-workers and commanders at that point, and now I do. So hopefully we'll be taking a positive step forward in that, you know. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, it's goodbye from me, Joe McDonald at Big Mac's Battle Blog, on a beautiful Ukrainian evening. And as always, to our pro-Russian and Vatnik listeners, Idina Hojza Lupa.